Sai Ram. As the early morning rays of the rising sun filtered through the canopy of the forest, all the animals, big and small, and the feathered friends, the birds, woke up and began the activities of the day. The birds began to preen their feathers, while the burrowing animals came out of their burrows wide-eyed and excited. At the same time, along the forest's edge, in a barn, the flock of sheep also woke up for the day. This was Maya's flock. Maya, the matron and the head sheep of this flock, was a very loving and kind queen. She knew the perfect spots in the meadows and pastures where they could get the best grass. She also knew how to make sure that you don't come across any predators, any wolves, fox, lions, tigers. Thus, Maya kept the flock safe. Every sheep in the flock was happy with Maya. There was only one little problem. Maya's child, her own lamb, Mukti, was a problematic one. Now, Mukti was not Maya's own lamb. She had found him at the edge of the forest, weak, helpless, and unconscious. Her maternal instincts had taken over, and she had decided that she would bring him up like her own little lamb. She fed him milk, she nurtured him, cared for him, and always ensured that she was by his side so that he would be in no trouble. Mukti grew up, but then it was very, very different and strange, because Mukti looked nothing like the other lambs. While all the other lambs had white hair, he had brownish hair. While all the other lambs began to grow horns, Mukti didn't seem to get any horns. He could not even bleat like a lamb. The other lambs slowly began to even eat grass. And that is where the greatest challenge of Mukti's life came. Mukti, for some strange reason, just refused to give up drinking his mother's milk. It's not like he didn't try. He once tried to chew grass like the other lambs. But he found it so disgusting, and he felt that he could never eat grass in his life. So he went back to his mother Maya and suckled at her bosom and told her, "Mother, please feed me your milk. I can't live without it." As it happens in all families and among friends, Mukti became the butt of all jokes and Maya became the butt of all advice. One grandmother sheep came to her and told, "Maya, I fear a lot for Mukti. I don't think that Mukti will ever be a good wool-yielding sheep." In the meanwhile, the other lambs constantly made fun of Mukti, called him a very ugly lamb, an ugly sheep, and said, "You don't even have horns. How will you ever be a good sheep?" Maya was worried. She even took Mukti to the doctor. The doctor sheep said that it is possible that Mukti was unable to eat the grass from the plains. He needed the special tender grass that grew on top of the mountains. It was only that diet that could make him grow better. If not, Mukti might not even bleat, he said. How to get that grass which was on top of the mountain? The mountain was in the forest and the forest was infested with all wild beasts and animals. The day that Maya was dreading finally came. She was no longer able to produce sufficient milk to feed her little child Mukti. Mukti came and told, "Mama, I am hungry." Maya, with tears in her eyes, said, "Mukti, I can't feed you anymore." "Why, mother?" "I don't know, Mukti. I don't have that much milk. You need to start eating grass like the other lambs." "But Mama, I just cannot eat grass. I am a very strange lamb. I am a misfit in this society. Only you can help me and save me. Maya did not know what to say. She only wept. But mother, why am I suffering thus? I don't know, Mukti. You are my mother. You gave birth to me, right? Was I an abnormal baby? At this point in time, Maya decided to tell him the truth. She said, Mukti, my dear little child, I love you so much. But the fact is, I did not give birth to you. I found you at the edge of the forest, helpless, all alone and unconscious. I just couldn't bear to leave you like that. And so I have brought you here. Once Mukti got to know this truth, he was totally shaken. His world seemed to collapse around him. The only person whom he thought was his own was not his own. Maya had also left. What was he to do now? He did not know. He became crazy. He was crazed with sorrow, with frustration, with anger. He just didn't know what to do, and so he began to run. He ran and ran and ran, and as he ran, his mother, Maya, his foster mother, Maya, came running behind him saying, Mukti, stop! Help me! Everybody, Mukti is running away, please! Let's get him back! All the other sheep and lambs in the flock began to run to help Maya. But then Mukti found out that he could easily outrun all the lambs and all the sheep in the flock. He was unbelievably fast. He was thankful to God for that one ability. At least there he was better than the other sheep. He decided that there is no going back to this flock. He ran and ran, crossed into the forest and continued to run. He ran till he was fatigued and he collapsed. When Mukti regained consciousness, it was dark all around. Mukti was getting the smell of meat, and to his greatest horror, he heard the roar of a lion. In walked the lion, bared his teeth and picked up Mukti by the neck. As the lion carried Mukti out of the cave, Mukti began to think what had happened. He must have fallen unconscious in the forest, and this lion must have found him. And the lion must have decided that he would have him for his lunch or dinner and brought him to the cave. It was all over now. Oh my God, why did I do such a mistake? Mukti repented. I wish I could have just stayed with Mother Maya. She was so loving, she was so comforting. All said and done, she was there for me. Now I am dead. At that point of time, the lion dropped Mukti to the ground outside the cave and then said, Hey little one, you seem to be very weak and hungry. Shall I get you some food? Mukti found his voice and said, Sir, I can't eat normal food. I need special food. What special food do you need? I need mountain grass because I can't eat normal grass. What absolute stupidity is this? The lion roared. Mukti said, No, this is the truth I am telling you. I have to eat mountain grass. But lions don't eat grass. Mukti thought that this must be the most stupid among all the lions. He bleated back. Yes, lions don't eat grass, but sheep eat grass. But you're not a sheep. What is your name? Mukti. Hello Mukti, I am Guru. Let me tell you, you're not a sheep. Who told you you're a sheep? My mother. Your mother? Who? Mukti said, Sir, actually, it's not my mother. She's my foster mother, Maya. Maya brought me up like all the other lambs in her flock. And I stayed with her. I grew up with her. I grew up with the sheep and lamb. I am a sheep. Now Guru smiled and said, That is the reason. You have been brought up by Maya, and that's why you think you're a sheep. My dear little Mukti, You are not a sheep. Look at me. You are like me. The only difference between you and me is that I know that I am a lion. You don't know that you are a lion. As Guru said this, Mukti looked at himself and looked at Guru. Yes, so many similarities. Guru was also a disfigured and disproportionate sheep. But then he was the most handsome and perfect lion. Was it true what he was saying? Because if Mukti had to accept that as the truth, Mukti had to give up all the convictions and beliefs that he had been holding on to dearly all his life. Guru now bent and picked up Mukti and said, "Come, I'll show you." He took him to the river's edge, put him down there and said, "Mukti, look, you are nothing but my reflection." And as Mukti looked into the waters, it hit him. That single experience was enough to help undo all the wrong notions and ideas that he had entertained all his life. And now, Guru said, "Mukti, I want you to roar." But sir, I don't know how to roar. I don't even know how to bleat. You don't know how to bleat because you are not a sheep, Mukti. You are a lion. And then Guru let out a roar that made the hair on Mukti's paws and body stand on their end. The roar reverberated through the entire forest. Mukti was in awe. Mukti was in a daze. "Now you try," said Guru. You know, an ordinary teacher tells. A good teacher explains. A great teacher demonstrates. The Guru inspires. Such was the inspiration that Mukti derived from Guru that he raised up his little head and allowed the air to flow out from his lungs. Instead of a bleat came a roar. And in that moment, Mukti was liberated. He was liberated with the knowledge of who he was. All the things that troubled him, all the irritations, all the frustrations were now forgotten. Mukti was a lion and not a sheep. Dear brothers and sisters, our life stories are all like that of Mukti. We often think of Maya as a very bad and terrible thing. No, Maya is something that sustains us in this world. It is because of Maya that we are able to enjoy food, clothing, shelter, relationships, everything. Maya is the one that gives us pleasures. But then, Maya cannot take care of us forever. Maya has to leave someday. We have to leave Maya. And in order to do that, in order to realize our own reality, we need Guru. Mukti needs Guru. Mukti isn't possible without Guru. Our scriptures say, Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. The Guru is the creator, the Guru is the sustainer, the Guru is the destroyer, the Guru is Parabrahman, the Guru is verily God himself. How lucky we are that we have God becoming our Guru instead of Guru becoming God for us. We are grateful to you, Swami, for having taken us under your umbrella. We are sure that a day is not far off when we will realize that we are you and you are us, that there is no difference between us. That is the day when we all will get our mukti. Till that time, dear Swami, we will be your little lambs. We will be little lambs saying ba, 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 Baba. Thank you. Jai Sai Ram.